This is my Kiss All the Time Disco Occasionally review. First song, Aperture, which I talked about in my last video. Loved it on the first listen. I feel like a lot of these songs sound like remixes. Aperture definitely is like one of the top ones that come to mind. For me, American Girls, I really like the song. And like I agree, I've heard someone else say this. It sounds like One Direction Harry. And that's what makes it sound so good. But this song honestly makes me like so sad. I think it's like the piano at the beginning. Just I feel like it could be a sad song. I know that's probably not his intention, but for me, like I get sad listening to it. Ready Steady Go. I really love how it feels like a different genre. It's kind of like a rock pop, almost indie vibe. To me, it's similar to Kiwi or Satellite. And I've noticed on this album, it's very repetitive, and I really like the repetition with the songs. And it's kind of similar to Charlie XCX, because I know she does that a lot with like the repetition and how a lot of her songs sound like remixes, in my opinion. Are You Listening Yet? I really love the pace of that song and how a lot of the songs, like the ending is really good. It kind of has like that build up towards the end. Another comment I had was I feel restless, and I feel like these songs align with that feeling. I really want a music video for Are You Listening Yet? And the first few seconds of this song to me sounds like Ra-Ta-Ta by Tyler the Creator. A very hard stretch for that, but for me that's kind of what I thought of. Very catchy. A lot of the songs are very catchy, very repetitive. For me, Taste Back is my favorite song on the album. It reminds me of Harry's House, and my first thought was Little Freak, like on Harry's House, but like a happier version. The Waiting Game feels more like an alternative indie music than pop. This is a very specific take, but it reminds me of Lookalike by Conan Gray and Is It Over Now by Taylor Swift. Season 2 Weight Loss sounds like a song Mitski would make, but a lot sadder. I do like the song, but I feel like it's not something I would listen to often because obviously the topic is very sad. Coming Up Roses, I also believe this song could go on Harry's House, and it also reminds me of Little Freak. Pop is probably my third favorite song on the album. To me, the chorus sounds like live Harry Styles. If you've listened to any of his even concert music videos, it sounds just like him live. And again, like I've heard other people say, it sounds like Cinema on Harry's House, but I do prefer this one. Dance No More is the most disco-y song, and the chorus is similar to black artists like Michael Jackson and Earth, Wind, and Fire to me. I really like the song as well. I would probably rate it number 4. Paint by Numbers, to me, my first thought was this was a song dedicated to Liam Payne with the line, Not Even 33. Carla's song is my second favorite song on the album. I love the build-up. And I also heard someone say that if you like Satellite from Harry's House, you're going to like this song as well, and I agree. It's really about the buildup of the song. To me, the endings to every single song on this album are perfect. Not every song has a good ending, and I feel like he really did a great job with ending every single song on the album. And another thought I had was You by The Wallows is very similar to Taste Back. I've heard a lot of people compare this album to Harry's House and how they like this album more than Harry's House. I definitely agree. I feel like it is better than Harry's House, but a lot of songs on Harry's House, I believe, inspired this album, and we would not have Kiss All the Time Disco Occasionally if we did not have Harry's House. I don't think we'd be able to appreciate this album if we didn't have Harry's House, in my opinion. To me, Satellite, Keep Driving, Little Freak, Daylight, As It Was, like some of these songs in Harry's House are, to me, it has a very important place in my heart and like a time of my life, and I would not be able to appreciate the next album as much because a lot of them are reminding me of that past album. Very different from Harry Styles' album, Fine Line album, and I really like the direction that he's starting to take his music. I feel like he's really I feel like, at least from a fan's perspective, we can understand where he wants to take his music, especially because these two albums are very similar. I think we can really appreciate the fact that he likes to have the build-up in his songs. This was also with Sign of the Times, Satellite, Are You Listening Yet? And there are definitely more songs that I just can't think of off the top of my head where he likes to start the song slow and then have a build up towards the end. It, to me, is, those are my favorite songs of his, when he's able to capture that. My least favorite songs would be the overly joyous ones. I don't know how else to explain it, but Watermelon Sugar, Adore You. I did like Adore You at one point, but I think it's because I've listened to it so many times, I cannot listen to it anymore. Watermelon Sugar, Adore You, Music for a Sushi Restaurant. Those songs, I almost have to force myself to listen to it. But I would say a majority of his songs, I really like it and I really love it on the first listen. I also feel like She from Fine Line could go on Kiss All the Time Disco occasionally. And Treat People with Kindness, to me, reminds me of Dance No More.